Alright, so we're back, and this is the 2021 first player draft. First year player draft. We are picking out of the number 12 hole in the first round. We do not have a competitive balance pick. We will be picking 12 in the second round. Basically, we're picking 12 in each of the 6 rounds of the draft. The Pirates, the Rangers, the Tigers, Red Sox, and the Orioles make up the top 5. As you can see, the top 10 on the screen, we are picking right behind the Colorado Rockies at 11, and we're sandwiched in between the Rockies and the Phillies. I have let the computer do a lot of the scouting for this. I've looked over some of the things for the draft, and honestly, it's going to be one of those things. I'm just going to take what I feel like it will be for the best. Any of the players that I draft, the names, I will change the names. I'm not sure what I'm going to change them to at this point. Their names may get changed to friends of mine that I played baseball with. I'm not sure, but I know I will be changing the names, and I will be highlighting those players for next year. Anyway, let's get this on, and we're gonna get this draft started. So as we look at the first 11 picks here, one thing is clear: pitching was sprinkled throughout this draft, as well as base hitters and runners. The first player drafted was Manny Salas, a starting pitcher for the Pirates. He was fully scouted. It looks like his overall is going to be sitting at about a 55. He has an MLB ETA of 2025. He does have a potential of 80. His stamina was scouted at 70. It has the potential to be 80. That seems to be one of the best things that's going for him. That and his home runs per 9 and his control. They were both scouted. Home runs per 9 was scouted at 75. It comes in as a 65. His control was scouted at a 70, and it came in at a 60. So, the next man taken was center fielder Juan Quintero. And honestly, other than his speed and his stealing, you have to kind of question this pick by the Rangers. Okay, his fielding might have some work to do, but you got to question this pick unless they're thinking long term here. That's a question. To me, that's a questionable pick, especially at number 2. The next man taken was Daniel Gonzalez. He comes in as a 65. He has a potential of an 80. His MLB ETA is 2023. So his contact versus lefties and righties looks good. He's at 55 and 60. Starting out, he was scouted at 70 and 75. His power numbers are low, but he's 22. He's more of a pull hitter. You can kind of look at everything and notice. This one was an investment pick, but I can be honest in saying that just based on his contact numbers alone, this was a good pick. This was a good pick by the Tigers. The Red Sox pick up Richard Matsui. He's from South Carolina. He is a 55 overall with a potential of 80. He does have an MLB ETA of 2025 plus. Honestly, his arm works. I mean, he's got an arm rating of 75 with a potential of 80. His fielding looks decent. His accuracy looks decent. His speed is at an 80. It was scouted at a 65, so we will see. Well, we'll see where that goes. I don't know, but it was, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Number 5, that was a closing pitcher, Tim Holt. And honestly, for a closing pitcher, he looks all right. He's 19 years old. He comes in as an overall of 60 with a potential of 80. He'll have a 4-seam fastball, a curveball, and a slider. Rounding out, and now we've got our first pick. The pick before us was made by Colorado. It was Ronaldo Alvarado. Ronald Alvarado. He was a closing pitcher from California. He has a 2025 plus ETA. A 60 overall with an 80 potential. Again, looking at his numbers, you could see. We'll see. I don't know. It's a little confusing. So the Seattle Mariners are about to make their very first pick here. And as we look at the accuracy of everybody here, we look at where we're thin at on the board, and we're thin at catcher and we're thin at right field. And unfortunately, for the high value picks that we have accuracy for, none of those are there. We do have first name that pops up is Juan Bautista. He's a closing pitcher in the Central Division, in the Central Region. But we're deep at closer, so I don't know if I want to go that route. Then we've got a left fielder, Glenn Vickers. He's from the East Region. He's 19 years old. You look at his stats. His contact is little not where I'd want him to be, but it works. Best things going on for him right now is his arm, his arm and his accuracy. His speed is at a 60. It was scouted at a 75. So those are all seemingly well above average. He is an opposite field hitter. He hits from the right side, and he seems to hit the ball more. His hitter tendencies are really, it looks like he has a hitter tendency to go more to be more of a pull hitter, even though they say he is an opposite field hitter because he's 34% in the right field. I've got another left fielder in Benji Dow. Right now he looks like he'd be a 50 overall with an 80 potential. He is an extreme opposite hitter, and looking at his hitter tendencies, I'm kind of asking myself, what the hell? He is a switch hitter, and he does throw right-handed. It would be nice to have a switch hitter on the team, but I'm not sure. And then, of course, the last person we have fully scouted would be closing pitcher Randy Deal. Looking at his numbers, his arm, his fielding was rated at an 80. His velocity was a 70, scouted at an 80. He looks like he'd be good. He's 19 years old. He's 6'4" from Missouri. And I don't know. Honestly, just looking at the guys that we've done, I don't know. But because I'm looking at right field and it looks horrible. It really does. I don't want to make a stupid pick with my first pick just because I don't know. And I'm sitting here looking at this, and honestly, I'm kind of willing to go with one of the outfielders. I'm thinking possibly with going Glenn Vickers just because he is 19 years old and his stats are pretty good. Even though Dow would be a switch hitter. He's 21. And I think I'm going to make the first pick. It's going to be Glenn Vickers. Again, every draft pick that we make, we will rename them. So I don't know what his name's going to be exactly. But we're going to make our first pick, and our first pick is going to be Glenn Vickers. Next pick in round 2 for us, coming at pick number 12, and we look at everybody for our accuracy, and we notice that the accuracies aren't full, but they're good. So right now we're looking at second base, which they say we're deep at. Looking at second base, we're looking at left field, we're looking at catcher. We will actually look at one of the catchers that we looked at, which his name is Melvin Johnson. He is in the East region. He has an MLB ETA of 2025 plus. He's a 60 overall with a 65 potential. Knowing that and looking at some of his stuff, I can see why I want to, potential why he was there. So we're going to bypass. We're going to instead just go look at the catchers that are on the board, or are left on the board. Every catcher that's left, except for 2, have MLB ETAs of 2025 or plus, with 1 having a 2022 and 1 having a 2024. I'm looking at potentials and then overalls, and I'm not really finding anything that I'm in love with until I get down towards the bottom. I like the potential for Benedict Allegri, but he might actually, let's see, contact numbers aren't bad. 75 and an 80 is scouted, the 55 and a 65. His arms at a 55. He was scouted at a 75. His reaction is a 70. It was scouted at an 80. Give him some time. Get his accuracy up. Might be worth it. He might not be. He is only 19, so that might work. He does have a high risk for injury, so honestly, I'm gonna take it. So we're gonna draft a catcher with our second pick here in round 2. With our pick in round 2. And with our pick for round number 3, we're gonna look, and honestly, I'm thinking a possibility of taking the center fielder right here, Lewis Knotts. He is from Indiana. He bats and throws right-handed. He does have a contact scouted at 75 for each, and honestly, I think it'd be worth it. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to draft the center fielder here, Lewis Knotts. Round number 4, we're going to make our next pick. And honestly, sitting here looking, I don't know. Let's see. We've got a lot of guys still left on the board. They have 2022, and 2023 potentials. A lot of them. We've got a starting pitcher, Raymond Lopez, that sticks out. We've also got Johnny Styles, along with Alonso Hernandez as a relief pitcher. Andres Aribu. And then we've got a shortstop in Danny Amato. I think I'm gonna look at the short. I'm gonna take a look at the shortstop right quick, see where he's at. Looking good. Looks good. The arm, the accuracy looks good. Stillings scouted at an 80. Reaction was scouted at 75. I mean, honestly, for the round we're picking in, he's 20. I think I'm gonna take a shot here. So we made our pick for round 4. We've only got one guy that we have green accuracy left for as we make our pick for round 5. Is left fielder Alan Crandall. He bats left. He's a left-handed bat. He throws right. He's 20 years old. He has an ETA of 2025. I don't like his contact numbers. I don't like his power numbers being where they are. I can see why everybody kind of just skated on him. And I'm going to continue that trend. Oh, wow, okay. Alright, we might have caught one here. Oh. I will take this one though. We'll draft this left fielder. And Daniel Armas. And with our last pick here in round 6, we're looking at a catcher with a 2025 ETA. His reaction is at 70. It was scouted at 70. His arms at 65. It was scouted at 70. Fielding 65, 70. Looks decent. I mean, some of his numbers are there. They're good. I mean, a catcher, I could see that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to draft a catcher with the last pick here in this 6th round. So we have done the 2021 first year player draft has come to an end. We have until the end of the season to secure our draft picks. Again, that will be my decision to secure the draft picks, and we will be taking care of that. Oh man, I did not know. Oh, wow, okay. Again, just to reiterate, I will be changing the names of the draft picks even after they are signed. Okay, so alright, so we hit one here with Glenn with our first pick. Did okay with our second. Decent with our third. Okay with our fourth. We busted the overall with our last pick. We busted potential with our last pick, which is a surprise. But we'll see. We'll see. Alright, so as you see on the screen, these are our draft picks. These are their overalls and potentials as it rates. Now, our best pick was, of course, our first pick, Glenn Vickers. The left fielder, the 19-year-old left fielder. He bats left-handed, throws right-handed. So we picked up 2 catchers. This one we might actually want to keep on. I don't know. We'll see. But these are our picks for next year. Whenever the season is over, I will highlight these guys one more time. Of course, when I highlight them one more time, they will have new names. So, and we will do, I will talk about that. But that is for later on in the future. That is for later in the future. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to at least go ahead and knock out the first 3 draft picks. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and knock them all out now. Just that way I can have them all signed, or at least all of them. Maybe the last one. I don't know. Oh, I don't know about this one though. This one I might not want to sign. It's a switch hitter. He throws right. He's a D potential, and he's a 57 overall. With a potential of 56, so he's already cracked his potential. I don't know. Him and the last guy, I don't know. I may just keep the first 4 guys that I drafted and not sign these guys. I don't know. We'll think about it. But anyway, that's it. That's going to be it for the first year player draft. And we will start again here. We've got 38 days until the All-Star week. And of course, we will be going to Cali. We will be going down to California for a 4-game set with the Los Angeles Angels. They are a game and a half. They're 10.5 back of first place, and we're 12 games back. We are 6-4 right now in our last 10. The Angels are 8-2. So the rubber's going to meet the road. Hope. My best hope is that we take 3 or 4. That's my best hope. My best pie in the sky hope is that we take 3 or 4. If we can't take 3 or 4, I'd take a split. I would take a split because it would probably, because depending on when we got the split, we would either be right back where we're at now, or we might be in the lead. I don't know, but it's well, we'll see. Anyway, that's it for the first year player draft, and we will be moving on to the next series against the LA Angels here shortly. Here on MLB The Show 21 with the Seattle Mariners. And until then, we will see you guys later.